But I told her I'm not gonna get drunk. I didn't say I wasn't gonna drink, so you wanna take a shot with me?
That bottle, you could have said, sis, thank you for the bottle. I'm gonna put it on my bar.
I didn't do that.
You popped it open and had a shot.
Precisely.
ASAP.
Exactly.
So what's the transition?
So what did you buy it for?
I
don't give a about no. Why? That's what I be talking about right there. You always yelling and trying to hit me up. I don't give a about no. Why? That's what I be talking about right there. You always yelling and trying to hit me up.
Welcome back to the season finale review of Life After Lockup. My name is LaShawn J, and today we will be reviewing Season 4, Episode 50. I do, I don't. Okay, guys, the first couple I want to talk about today is Cameron and Eris. So we see Cameron's sisters. They arrive at Cameron's house. He welcomes them in, and, they're talking. They was like, so where's Eris at? Where's sis? We want to see her. And Cameron's like, well, she's not here. She's going to pick up Lena, and she's going to meet us at the restaurant. And the sister's like, the younger sister, she's like, I think her name is Steffi. She's like, so now I'm starting to think that Eris is a ghost because she's never around. Every time we come around, she's not here. So Cameron decides, he says, look, I want to clear the air about the party and her not showing up. She did not feel good. She was sick. And I did say she didn't want to come because I felt like she didn't want to come off of the strength of me going to be drinking. And she just didn't like the environment. So I said that. But she was sick that day. And his sisters was like, wait a minute. You had us under the impression she didn't want to meet us or be around us. Like, what's going on? Why are you saying that? So Cameron picks up a bottle because they did bring him 2 bottles of liquor. And he picks the bottle up and he was like, you know what? I told Eris I'm not going to get drunk, but I never told her I wasn't going to drink. And he proceeds to take a shot. And he's like, are y'all going to take a shot with me? And his sisters is like, no. And you know what? He's like, well, she's like, I actually don't even think I want you to take this shot right now. And he's like, why not? You know what? I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm working. I'm providing for my family. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. Why should I not take a shot? So him and his sisters start going back and forth about his drinking and him being more responsible. And he's just like, you know what? Everybody constantly nitpicks on my downfalls. They don't see all the good I'm doing. They just worry about my downfalls. And his sisters is just trying to tell him, look, it's looking like you got a problem. And we think you should move back home. But it's looking like you have a serious drinking problem. And he's just like, well, he's going to therapy for it. He's trying to get some help and he's going to figure it out. So they give him his little speech. He argues back and forth with his sisters and they go to meet Eris at the restaurant. Eris goes, she had like special cakes ordered and made, and she meets Cameron with her dad and Lena at the restaurant. And Eris hugs everybody. The sisters talk to Eris about, her not coming to the party. And Eris is like, you know what, yeah, I explained to him, he just threw me under the bus. And the sisters was like, yeah, he threw you all the way under the bus. He didn't even let you know the bus was coming. And he was like, you know what, no matter what I do, somehow I'm to fault. And yeah, sometimes he's basically the main fault of all these issues right here. He finally announces that, him and Eris is having a baby and they're having a girl. He's at the restaurant and they gave Lena the wrong order and he's screaming at the waiter, hey, sweetheart. And Eris's father had to let him know, hey, this is not how you do it. You don't scream, you try to get the way that she's going to come to you. Like, he says that Cameron he's a good dude, but he needs some guidance. And we clearly can see Cameron is trying. He's trying his best. He does have a little drinking problem. He's still young. He's still in his wild ages. And he's trying his best to do what he can do for his family and adjust to life as it is. So, like he said, he could do 1,000 good deeds, but everybody's only going to see the one that he messes up on. And that's true. That's how people, they only point out and they only see a downfall. They don't ever see the good in you or the good you do. So, yeah, he trying. Hopefully, like his sister said, this baby helps him grow up a bit. Hopefully, I'm hoping. But we'll see. But, yeah, they announced that they're pregnant. And everybody hopes for the best. A healthy baby. Nothing too much crazy happened other than him getting back and forth, and we're finding out that he's going to rehab for his drinking, which he should, because he did mention that he peed in the closet because he thought it was a toilet. That's how pissy drunk he was. But again, I just see him, just getting out of jail and still trying to have fun at this stage. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think Cameron he's getting his act together. He's doing good to me. That's what I think. So the next couple I want to talk about is Monique and Derek. It wasn't much from them either. We really just saw Derek waking up at a hotel, calling Monique, asking her to meet him. He sends her the location. She comes to meet him. He apologizes for everything. He tells her he's going to change. He brings her to ice skate. And Monique's like, I'm not about to ice skate. What if I fall? And he's like, you're not going to fall. We got these little things. They're going to help us. And she's like, I'm not ice skating. I agree with her. I wouldn't be ice skating either. So yeah. Derek goes, he's ice skating. And then he comes back and proposes to Monique on the ice. She says yes. And he's just like, basically the ice skating was to show her that, hey, we learned to ice skate in a couple of minutes so I could learn to change. And to let her know that he's going to change and he's going to stop cheating and he's going to be the man that she wants him to be.
Stop the cap.
In this marriage. Because she says yes. He also told her that he's going to stop hiding his phone in his drawers. I just don't understand what? The phone in the drawers thing, I just can't get over that. He's going to stop hiding the phone in his drawers and he's going to give her the password to his phone and, make her these promises. Monique says Derek has made these promises before and he continues to cheat, but she still says yes.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
To his proposal. So, clearly, he's going to keep doing the same thing. But Monique thinks he's going to change. So, if you like it, I love it. As I always say. So, nothing much happened with the two of them. Hopefully, they get it together. I know they're still together still to this day. I'm happy for Monique. I'm hoping her marriage works out. But who knows? Nothing really much happened with them other than Derek proposing to Monique. Should she accept it? No, but she did. She was embarrassed by her family and she still took him back. He cheated several times. She even got proof from another woman. She sent her the voice note. She sent her the pictures of him leaving the hotel. And she continuously takes him back. So now that the ring is on Monique's finger, it's nothing in this world. Now, Derek was doing this all, mind you, he was doing this all before he got a ring on her finger. So now that that ring is on her finger, there's nothing in this world that Derek could do that Monique will ever leave him for. If he was able to get away with all of this before he was even married to you, or he fully committed to you, then it's nothing in this world that he wouldn't get away with. So we know, moving forward, nothing, no matter what's going to happen, the two of them are going to be together. So it is what it is. So the next couple I want to talk about is Justine and Michael. So we see Justine and Michael, they're in a hotel. He's letting Justine know how nervous he is. to get back on the stage. He haven't been on stage in a while. Justine just tries to reassure him that everything is going to be okay. And you know what? If it messes up, we're going to laugh about it on our way home. Like, don't worry about it. Relax. You're going to do good. So, you know what? They get ready. They go to where Michael's supposed to be performing at. Michael goes on stage. Mocha, gives him the grand opening. Michael goes on stage and he does his performance of his song. Justine is there to cheer him on. She's dancing and she was like, yes, you know what? I knew he could rap, but I didn't know he could rap like this. So she was really, really happy with his performance. She was googly eyed. She was like, yes, that's my man on the stage. And Michael calls her on the stage and he proposes to her again. And he gives her a giant ring. And Mocha is pissed. Mocha's like, first of all, he asked you not to even bring Justine there. He asked you to take the ring off. You brought her there with the ring, and then you re-proposed to her on my stage at this gig that I set up for you? Mocha had it. Mocha was like, you know what? Now I have to take the back seat. Now I have nothing to do with this no more. He done washed his hand clean of Michael. So Michael gonna need a new manager, promoter, whatever Mocha was to him. Friend, maybe. Manager, promoter / friend. Yeah, they kiss on stage and yeah, Mocha's pissed. Cause he even made a little comment about Justine. He was like, Michael is here with his beautiful wife who hates me. And he's just like, yeah, I'm just playing, but every joke is a little truth in there, huh? Yeah, but yeah, that's about all we really saw about the two of them. It wasn't too much. So let's get into Puppy and Amber. So TC walks in and he's looking pissed. Amber asks Puppy and Queen to go upstairs and get some stuff from upstairs, and she wants to talk to TC. And you know what? You could tell Amber is like really upset because just the way she can't even breathe while she's talking. She's talking so fast. And Amber already talks fast. But she's just going off at TC at this point. And she's just like, you know what? If I came home and the house was a little bit cleaner, I would have sat and talked without doing things like this. Because I know me coming home and everything is emptied out, I'd be pissed too. But the house is a mess. I'm tired of cleaning up after y'all. You know what? You told me you don't want me. You told me I need to do something with myself, get a job. You told me you got me pregnant on purpose. And TC's like, well, the last thing, that's not true, but okay, whatever. And Amber is just pissed and she's going off at him. And he's just standing there. He's emotionless. He's just looking at her. He's not saying anything to her. And it's driving her insane. She's just like, oh my gosh, I need a break. She runs in the bathroom. Puppy's trying to console her. TC's just sitting there. And she's crying. She says she needs a cigarette. She goes outside. She gets a cigarette. She's talking to Queen and Puppy. And she's just like, oh, the thing he said about the baby, he's trying to deny it. He's trying to deny it. And Puppy's like, well, he's going to deny it. That's just him. You just have to live with him denying it. You know the truth. It's okay. You know the truth. So Amber goes back in. And she tries to sit down and compose herself to speak to TC. And she's explaining to him, look, you know what? We never really talked about anything. And, I still love you. We could be friends after this, but the way you treated me was wrong. And you really didn't act like you loved me or anything. Maybe at one point you did love me, but right now you didn't make me feel loved or anything. I feel like you blame me for the whole baby situation. And she's just going in on him. And TC starts breaking down. And he's just like, you know what? I really don't know how to express my feelings. And we could clearly see that. TC he's emotionless. And I don't know if he's trying to hide it for the camera. Because the camera crew is always around. And it's not manly for a man to be crying all the time. And showing his emotion all the time. It could be for the camera. But he clearly has a lot of hurt in him. And clearly, if he didn't break down right there with Amber, he would have broke down somewhere else, and who knows. So he breaks down and he just tells Amber, you know what, When you told me you was pregnant, I already had a name for the baby. I already had plans and I already envisioned us as a family. So she's just like, it's not my fault. It's something out of my hands. And he's like, I'm not blaming you per se, but it seems like TC has a lot of resentment because he's not blaming her, saying that, you know what, it's your fault. But if you was not such a heavy drinker or an alcoholic, maybe you could have had this baby and y'all could have been a family. And this is what I feel like TC's resenting Amber for. This is why he lost attraction to her. This is why he's not affectionate to her, because he feels like it's not, even though it's not her fault, she's the one to blame for not being able to have the baby. So that's what I got out of it. So he's a little resentful towards Amber, even though it's not her fault that she couldn't keep the baby. He's a little resentful that they weren't able to have that baby and have the family that he pictured in his head. Amber is hurt. She wanted the baby too. And she's handling her emotions differently and he's handling his emotions differently. The two of them talked, they hugged, and Amber's just like, you know what? I wish we could have did this months ago. I wish we could have talked months ago. But now it's just too late. And at one point he loved her, but now he don't. And she just have to let it go. Let him go. Because before that, they did argue over the truck. And she wanted the truck out her name. But he says he's the one paying. He makes the payments on the truck every month. So yeah, hopefully they settle these issues. But like I said, TC's been detached from Amber for a long time. He doesn't want to be in this relationship. Whatever the reason is that him and Amber, the baby situation that caused them to detach from each other, it took too much of a toll for that relationship to ever get back together. So the next couple I want to talk about is Sean and Sarah. So we see Sarah, she's getting ready for surgery, and Sean is type pissed, and he feel like she's getting the surgery for another reason. He's asking her about Anthony. Does this have anything to do with Anthony? And she's like, no, this has nothing to do with Anthony. This surgery is for me and for myself. Okay, I have my own insecurities, and it had nothing to do with Anthony. They talk about going to Sarah's mom's house, and he's pissed because Sarah's mom was lying to him about Anthony all over again. So they pack up everything. Even Sarah was getting mad at Sean. She's like, I want to go get a cigarette. And he's like, are you supposed to be smoking? I was about to say, I said the same thing. I thought you're not supposed to be smoking right before surgery. But she's like, oh, I'm getting aggravated. I'm going to need one. So they go to drop the baby off. And, Sean is like, you know what? I'm staying in the car. And Sarah's mother comes down and she's like, what's up with Sean? Why he's acting so distant? And she was like, he's so mad about the whole Anthony situation. And she's like, are you serious? She's like, you about to go have surgery. And this is what he's mad about? So Sean stays in the car. And I think the mom yells at Sean, oh, yeah, all right, stay in the car, Sean. And he was like, you know what? You lied to me. And I thought he was past this. And the mom was just like, all right, Sean, you know what? It's done. It's done. All right? The whole Anthony thing is done. It's out. The kid have to be with her father. Like, get over it. Get over it now. So Sarah goes. She has her surgery. She comes out. Sean picks her up. They go pick the baby up. They get home. He helps her in the bed. He gives the baby a bath. And he's winding the baby down. And Sarah's just like, you know what? I'm very happy with the family that I have. I don't know where it would have gone between me and Anthony, but I'm happy with the decision I made right now. And she's happy with her little family. I know Sarah was not worried about no Anthony over Sean. I already know it. But yeah, she says she's thankful for her family and she's happy. She don't think she would have had the life that she has right now if she would have stayed with Anthony. Because I already told y'all you can't move forward if you keep looking back. So the next couple I want to talk about is Chance and Taylor. Okay, so Chance wakes up at his friend's house. He has a hangover and he don't even really remember everything that went on. And his friend is just looking at him like, yeah, you got to get up. You got to get out of here. I got to go to work. So his friend is just telling him, hey, so it was a whole shit show last night, basically. And like, what are you doing? Like, you starting to act like you have a little bit of alcohol problem. What's going on? And he's like, oh, no. I don't have an alcohol problem. I'm just stressed. I lost my job. And he's like, yeah, I only be taking like 2 shots and I don't even be buzzed. And he's like,
hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
you might not think you're buzzed, but you're probably buzzed. Okay? And everybody else around you thinks you're buzzed. So he's talking to him and he's like, so what's going on with you? You a family man, you have a kid. And he's like, I don't even know where my relationship stand with Taylor right now because of everything that happened. So the friend tells him, come on, get up, charge your phone, call Taylor. I'm going to drop you off to your truck and go home and fix your relationship. His friend had to talk some sense into him because he's running around acting like he's a little kid and he don't know how to act. So we see Chance. He drives close to the house. He parks the car and he calls Taylor from the truck. Mind you, he ain't go to the store. He ain't get a card. He ain't get no flowers. He ain't get no chocolates. He ain't get no toy for the baby. Some Pampers. Chance needed to get some Pampers. He needed to get some flowers. He needed to get a card. Something better than that little whack ass apology that he gave Taylor from his truck. Something way better than that. So Chance calls Taylor from the truck and he proceeds to apologize to her for the shit that he did. The shit show that he did over at the bar when he was drunk and being disrespectful and screaming at her. And he explains to her who Tanya is, and Tanya was only a friend, and he never had any kind of physical with Tanya, which I already knew. I already knew Tanya was just a friend. I already knew that. And he was drunk out of his mind. This is why he was acting so ridiculous. I already knew that. But still, you gonna give her a phone call from the car? He's like, oh, can I come in and talk to you? I apologize. And she's like, okay, as long as you're not screaming at me. No, you ain't bring nothing with that apology? You got to bring something with your apology, Chance. Next time, bring something with your apology. Taylor, you taking these apologies too quickly. You need gifts. Apology gifts. Okay? So, he tells Taylor, he goes in the house and she's laying in the bed with the baby, and he tells Taylor, okay, I'm sorry for everything. And she's like, I don't really accept your apology. But she takes him back. So, yeah. I don't know, Taylor. I'm just wishing you luck. I don't even know. I have no words. Wishing you luck, because if he gonna put you through this shit show on national TV, girl, I don't even want to imagine the shit you going through when the cameras are off. And all he have to do is pull up in his car and say, I'm sorry. And you gonna run and take him back. He ain't even bring you no diamonds. No, not even flowers. He ain't even bring you a flower. Not even one flower. A single rose? Something? Anyways. He tells Taylor he's willing to do all the classes, anger management, alcohol, social skills, all the classes that he could do to make this work and to be the man that she wants him to be. Hopefully those classes go well, because I bet you he don't even have to take no classes. The next day, she done forgot about it. She's okay with it. He could scream at her, be in a restaurant with another person again, and she'll be all fine and dandy. That's what she want. Give it to her. Okay, so let's talk about Lindsay and Blaine. So we see Blaine, he's smashing stuff. I don't know what's going on with Blaine. He's over there smashing stuff in a bonfire. He's throwing a toilet in there. I think it was a toilet. It was a whole bunch of stuff he was smashing in a bonfire. And he come around, Lindsay calls him. He's telling the camera crew how disrespectful Lindsay is, how she tried to belittle him, how she forgot how he was there for her and everything he did for her when she first came out of jail. Now that he's in a tough spot, now she wants to come and try to say that he's not doing nothing and run off to her mama's house. So Lindsay calls him. She's like, I'm at the house. Can you come to the house? I want to talk. He gets up. He goes driving to the house. That's when his attorney called him. And his attorney's like, hey, the ankle monitor we able to get that off quicker than you thought. You paying all your fines in full, your restitution in full, causes us to be able to get the ankle monitor quicker than you thought. So all you got to do is find $3,000 to pay me, and you're going to get it off. So he's like, okay, let's do that. So he gets to the house, and Lindsay starts with the attacking him as usual. She's like, oh, you keep trying to not take accountability. You're not pulling your weight around here. I'm doing everything. I'm paying all the bills. And he's just like, look, I'm tired of this. All right. I am tired of you constantly attacking me. I was the one helping you when you didn't have no help. Now I'm in a tough spot and you have to pull your own weight. Now it's a problem. And she's like, okay, but you ain't have to pay that restitution in full. And he was like, well, yeah, I took all my savings out and paid the restitution because it's for my freedom. So I could be able to help us. It's hard when we're not slinging dope and we're getting money the legal way. It's going to be 10 times harder. But it is what it is. I have to come up with another $3,000 so I could get this ankle monitor off. So Lindsay gets mad. She walks away. Blaine's like, look, I wasn't like you. I'm not no little pretty little girl who gonna sit up in jail, find a pen pal, and con him out of money. I couldn't do that. Okay? You could. It's easy for you. So every time things get hard, it's easy for you to get up and run. And just leave me. You already know I don't like people leaving me. And you keep doing that. Blaine breaks down and he just lets her know, look, I love you. I want this to work, but I'm just tired of your bullshit. Stop talking down to me. Stop treating me like a little kid. And understand you got to meet me halfway. And it's so true because, yes, he spent all his savings. This is what I think she's really mad about. Him spending all his savings to pay off his restitution. So now the little spending money they had before in the past, they don't have that no more. They don't have the spending money no more. So Lindsay's pissed. And Lindsay has to carry the weight of the household until Blaine gets back on his feet and he's done with the restitution and he's done with court. And she never had that type of responsibility. So now she's pissed and it's too much for her. This is why she want to keep running. She don't want to pay the bills. She's running from them bills. She ain't running from Blaine. She running from the bills. She don't want to pay the bills. She don't want to be the man of the house. She wants to do exactly what Blaine says. Be a pretty little girl and have people spend money on her. That's what she's used to. That's what she grew accustomed to. That's what she thought her life would always be like. Aha, rude awakening. Things change. Nothing stays the same forever. So, they basically made up because she says she's going to try. This is all new to her. And she's not used to relationships. She's used to leaving when things get hard. Hopping on to the next bank account. So she says she's going to try. But yeah, Lindsay, you know what? That's what compromise. That's what being in a relationship is. He's down right now, so you're going to have to help him until he's able to help both of you. And that's just how it is. Because if you're down, he would have to take on the brunt until you're able to help. And that's just compromise. That's what a relationship is. Hopefully you can learn that and understand that. And hopefully you and Blaine get married someday, because that's what she said. She wants to be married to Blaine. And if he don't ask her soon, she's going to ask him, because she's in love. Okay? She is in love. So hopefully it work out. I don't know. Hopefully. So the next couple I want to talk about is Brittany and Marcelino. So we see Brittany and Marcelino, they're getting ready to go to the beach because they're going to do their vow renewal. They get a knock at the door, and who is it? It's Brittany's mom. Brittany's mom pops in and surprises Brittany, and she's like, "Oh, you thought I wasn't gonna make it for your vow renewal?" And Brittany's surprised. She's happy. Marcelino leaves with the son and meets his brother at the beach. They go get everything ready for the vow renewal. And is it me? I don't know if it's me, but when I watched this, I was like, he needed 3 people to help him with one table and a tablecloth, because he said he wanted everything to look perfect. And I was thinking he was about to set up some chairs. He invited some people. He had a preacher. He had flowers coming. I thought it was something else in my head when he said vow renewal. I didn't know it was just a get together at the beach, because that's what it looked like. Now, I'm not going to knock their vow renewal. It was something very intimate. It looked good. I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it for them. They was happy with it. Cool. But I didn't like it. I feel like Marcelino could have put a little bit more work into that vow renewal. You had one table, a couple of soda pops, one tablecloth laid out on the floor, and 3 people and the kids. Like, you could have put a little bit more work into that. You could have had a little bit more. You could have rented out a hall and had a nice little ceremony there. Like, even if it wasn't somewhere, if you could have had that ceremony at the beach, had a preacher, because Brittany's mother was the officiator of the wedding, the renewal. I was just like so confused when he said he was gonna plan something for Brittany, and he's hoping that she likes it. I'm thinking he's planning something. I'm thinking he got flower arrangements. I'm thinking he got a guest list together. I'm thinking he made some plans. He decorate more decorations than a picnic table and some tablecloth. That is my opinion, because after 5 years of marriage and you cheating and me putting up with all of the nonsense, plus having 2 of your kids, I would have wanted more than a tablecloth and a picnic table. I feel like Brittany deserved way better than that. Okay? He didn't put enough effort in that. He did not. He didn't. Especially for her vow renewal. He didn't. The idea was nice. The setup was okay. I just feel like Brittany deserved better. So, Brittany's getting her hair done and her makeup done with her mom. And she's talking to her mom. And her mom is just, asking how's everything going. And she's just like, everything's okay. We're back and forth. We're arguing and then we make up. I don't really know. The mom is just like, do you really want to go through with this? What's going on? They did the vow renewal. They seemed happy. I'm just like, oh, happily ever after. Brittany and Marcelino, couple goals. So I'm in my head thinking it was couple goals, okay? Until the next scene, where Marcelino is still cheating on Brittany. She looks through his phone and she's still finding out that he cheating. Marcelino, he was meeting up with a cousin of his. Brittany was at the beach with the kids, just explaining that she's just going to take time to herself. So what's happening now? What's going on? Are y'all broken up and living in the same household? Are y'all divorcing? What is going on? Because at this point, is either you going to let him cheat? Because at the end of the day, Brittany, sometimes I feel like you just don't even have room to complain, because you introduced the cheating into your marriage. So now you don't want the cheating no more. That it don't work like that. You can't introduce somebody to something like that and then expect them to not want it all the time. You introduced the threesomes into your marriage. So now that's all he wants is threesomes. He don't want you alone no more. You're not enough for him no more. You should have thought about that before you decided to introduce him to these threesomes. You was able to fill his cup. But now you can't fill his cup no more because his cup, he wants more in the cup. He has a bigger cup now. He want more. He don't want just you. He wants you plus her, plus her, plus her. And why? Because you wanted to do the threesomes. So that's what happens. So, yeah. So fast forward, we find out Marcelino's cheating and he really don't have no explanation. Marcelino always talks in like riddles. And I'm just like, what are you saying, sir? Are you cheating? Are you not cheating? Are y'all together? Did y'all break up? Sometimes I really don't know what he's talking about. I don't know if it's just me. Please let me know in the comments if y'all ever experienced the riddle talk from Marcelino, because sometimes I'll look at the screen like, huh? Okay. I didn't get nothing out of that. But yeah, he just really was talking in riddles. Hopefully they work it out. I don't see it as something that they can't work out. Hopefully they work it out. Okay, so my final thoughts on the season finale. It was good. It was good. It wasn't as exciting because I guess it's the finale of it all, and it was just the ending of that chapter of these people's lives. And it wasn't as exciting as the last episode. I'm telling you, the last episode was pretty good. But it was okay. I don't like how easily Taylor took Chance back. I don't like how Monique took Derek back. I don't like how Marcelino continuously cheats on Brittany. I still just don't like Lindsay, especially the way she treats Blaine, because he's a good dude. Cameron, I feel like he's making a lot of progress, and hopefully he progresses better and he controls his drinking, because he's a good dude and I see him being a good father. Justine and Michael, they're clearly, googly eye in love. So hopefully, they get that house and they have their baby, healthy baby, and live happily ever after, because I feel like they're the googly eye ones. They're the most unrealistic in love couple to me. I think Eris and Cameron is a little bit more realistic as far as the way their relationship is looking. But that's just my opinion. They just the constant matching and the constant too much in the honeymoon phase. I want to see them out the honeymoon phase. I want to see them, hopefully they bring them back. I really want to see Justine and Michael come back. I want to see definitely Cameron and Eris come back. I don't know about Derek and Monique. I think they kind of faded out a little bit, like they used up all their juicy scoops and juiciness already, and it's gonna be boring if they do come back. Not too much of Lindsay and Blaine. Brittany and Marcelino, no. Am I missing anybody? Yeah, so I feel like that's the only couples. Puppy and Amber, Sean and Sarah, hopefully they have room for new people. But I really would like to see what happens with Justine and Michael when they get out that honeymoon phase of matching all the time, and that baby come in and all them other kids come in and reality hit. That's gonna be some good TV right there. All them kids, new baby, and the honeymoon phase is out. That's gonna be some good TV right there. Eris and Cameron, when that baby come in and life start hitting Cameron with a wife and a new baby, that's gonna be some good TV right there. So yeah, Justine and Cameron, Cameron and Eris, Justine and Michael, I would definitely want to see those two couples back. Monique and Derek, maybe. Not too much, maybe. I feel like they're fizzling out. We've seen so much of them on this episode. In the last one, it's like we're getting a little bit tired of them. So not them too much. I don't really think they're gonna have anything good to bring other than the regular old cheating scandal. Sarah and Sean, I think it's time for them to just get on up out of here. So hopefully next season we have some new faces, brand new faces. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my videos and would like to be notified every time I upload a new video.